Okay, so we have a question from one of the Course One members. I have a few questions regarding my 14-year-old mare. For some background, I've owned her since she was 8. Before I had her, she was used mostly for team penning. I also did a few years of penning and sorting on her, and this year I've switched and started doing ranch horse versatility. She's always been a fairly reactive horse, but has shown a lot of improvement over the years. There are a lot of struggles I'm encountering at shows, and I would love some advice on them. 1, at home, we practice a lot on the trail obstacles that we may encounter at a show, and she's come a long way. Handles them quite calmly now, but as soon as we are in a show situation, she gets quite anxious. A lot of dancing around and difficult to settle. We have managed to complete the patterns, but afterwards she wants to bolt out of the arena. 2, she is great at the cutting and cow work, but again, after our go is completed, she wants to bolt out of the arena. I'm guessing this may be ingrained in her head from penning, that once she is done, she gets to run out of the arena once she's finished holding her herd. So my question is, at 14, can this behavior still be corrected, and what steps can I take to fix this behavior at home, because show situations are not that regular and there's not a lot of time at shows to correct the behavior?
Okay, what's your name?
Karen.
Okay. I'm ready.
It's
Are we
going.
rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh, okay. So edit, take 48. Hi, Karen. So you've got a 14-year-old mare that you are doing some ranch horse versatility on, but it comes from a team penning background. Now, being that it comes from a team penning background, that is like a speed event, because it's run by a stopwatch. So those horses have had quite a bit of pressure on them to go fast, and they feel the excitement of going into the pen, and sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. You say that your horse wants to, after you finish doing, say, an obstacle on it or getting through your pattern and working a cow, it feels like it has to leave the arena. So it feels pressure in the arena, and when it's done, so it's complying, you've done a good work to get it to do what you're asking it to do, but as soon as it feels like that task is over, it feels like it has to escape. So the main thing that you need to do is that when you're doing, say, your cow work at your ranch horse versatility, is that when you get done working your cow, don't just quit and ride off. You might turn your horse around. You see it cat and horse events a lot, to where when they'll tag off, they'll turn their horse around. They'll stop him. They might not ride directly out through the pen. They might take and they'll ride that horse to that corner, because they don't want that horse feeling that as soon as they hear the horn blow and their time is up, that horse needs to leave. That's another thing we do, like at a cutting too, is you'll be working your cow, you'll hear the horn blow, you won't quit working that cow right away, because what'll happen is as soon as that horse hears that horn, they're going to quit. So we always work past that spot, stop them, turn them around, get them to come back to us. In our game too, like in the ranch horse versatility, if I have a horse that feels real busy to where he really feels like they want to leave and get out of there, I back a lot of circles to where I'm saying, you come back to me. So as I'm asking this mare to step around, I'm wanting her to feel of me, so she's feeling of my feet, my seat, and my legs. So mentally, she's coming back to me, okay? So you're kind of up against it. I've seen it in barrel racing horses too, that they're used to that speed deal. So if this horse has been teamed on, it's been asked to go fast, right? And I can't comment on the quality of how it was treated as it was team penned on, but they get their motors jacked up pretty good, some better than others, and how they handle it. So your mare still has this thought in her mind that when she enters that arena, there's that pressure. It's a tough deal to fix it at home, because at your home arena, that's where their comfort zone is. That's where they live. Everything is very familiar to them. So when they go to another arena and you ask them to perform and you're working them in there, they understand it's a show. They get, as we call it, they get show smart, and they understand that maybe you can't correct them as you would correct them at home. So I always say that you have to have your horse at, say, as perfect as he possibly can be at home, to have him better than average at a show. There's the old saying, you got to have him at 125% at home so you can have him at 75% at the show. Okay, well, that's true. You have to have them as absolutely good as you can have them at home. So relax. So all these things I'm saying, like backing circles, get them to come back to you and relax. Get it super good at home to where you would have a good degree of that at a show, because there's things at a show that you cannot control. Here's something else that enters into the picture too that you might not feel or know that's taking place, but When you're showing, ask yourself, am I getting that horse jacked up because of my nerves? Now, your horse, remember, lives off feel. So if you're going down there and you're pretty revved up and you're like a border collie dog and you're wanting to get that cow and run around her like that, your horse feels that. And if your horse is a pretty feely type horse, that's getting his motor running. So what you would need to do is you need to work on yourself too, to where when you're at a show situation, there's going to be deep breaths, relax, try to stay as calm as you can. Like I said earlier, I like to turn my horse around to where, I would get her to come back to me. I'm going to slow my motor down and ask her to step around. And when I'm doing this isn't a reining horse turn around. This isn't a cow horse turning around to where I want him spinning. I want him to be drawing and coming back to me. I feel using that gets them in line with my mind. So any other little techniques you can use like that would help. But keep yourself in mind. Are you adding to it at the show? Because you very well could be. I see that a lot. And then get them as good as you possibly can at home. A 14-year-old mare has been the way she has for some time. So you ask, can you change them? Well, yeah, you can. You can change. You can teach an old dog new tricks, but it generally takes a little bit longer because it's more ingrained. So hang in there and get back to me. Check this out, what I'm telling you. See how it works and get back to me and let me know how it works out for you, okay? That's what I would do in that situation.